Okay, we're live! Yay! Okay, so welcome to this is the first discussion live show for the Winternight trilogy read along, which we are running, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to hear everyone's thoughts. I'm nervous as well because I've tried to I know what Tasmin thought because she's yelled at me about it, but but I'm intrigued to hear what everyone else thought. Oh my gosh, I just opened the video on the tab, sorry, and I just had myself in my ears really loud. Okay. Okay, so this live is for The Baron and Nightingale by Katherine Arden. I think we'll try and have a non-spoilery bit at the start and then we'll get into spoilers. People who are watching, comment, just so we know, comment, I'm trying to think of snowy emojis. Comment the snowflake if you've read it, and comment the snowman if you haven't read it yet, just so I know what the split is. Yeah, okay, so while you comment that, do you each want to introduce your channels? We have Tasmin here as a special guest who's joined us very kindly. Unfortunately, Aaron couldn't make it. So yeah, do you guys want to introduce your channels? Start with Nicole. You're that way. Sorry.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nicole from Nicole and Her Books. Do you want me to say my thoughts on the books or?
No, just tell a bit about your channel. Say a bit about what you do. About your amazing video.
Well, I have a booktube channel. I'm really bad at self-promotion. I'm doing a fun series at the moment where I read books that are from my previous TBRs. So I started from my January TBR this year. So I react to the video. And yeah, that's been kind of fun. That's my main thing. So I do quite a few themed vlogs and then your regular booktube videos. And yeah, that's kind of me.
Riley, you go next.
Hi, I'm Riley Marie, which is my channel name also. And I'm blanking on what I read. I'm like, what do I read? What do I talk about? I read a lot of romance, fantasy, horror, a mixture of stuff. It's a good time over at my channel.
Tasmin.
I'm Tasmin from the channel Tea Books and Tasmin. I have zero consistency with what I do, so you know just as well as I do what I'm going to read next. I used to say fantasy was my favorite genre because I enjoy it so much, but then I realized in terms of percentage, I didn't read fantasy nearly as much as I thought. One year I read 5 fantasy books and I was like, yeah, fantasy is my favorite genre. No, girl, you don't get to claim that anymore. Queer things. I think the most kind of common denominator on my channel is LGBTQ plus content.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so everyone's linked down below, so go subscribe to everyone if you're not already. And shall we get into our just star rating and our initial thoughts? It's good that a lot of people seem to have read it. There's a lot of snowflakes. There's a few snowmen though, so we will do a bit of a spoiler-free bit. Okay, shall I say my thoughts? I mean, everyone knows my thoughts. Yeah. It's a reread, but I gave it 5 stars. I mean, it wasn't gonna change. I would say, I think this is it's my favorite series, but this is my least favorite in the series. But I mean, it's still a 5 star. But the other 2 I do prefer. And it was weird reading it on its own because I think I read the other, when I read them before, they were all I read them super close to one another. So in my memory, I'd always found it hard to distinguish between them. Do you know what I mean? Whereas coming back, it was weird because the story felt so small because it gets so much bigger in the next 2. It felt tiny. And I was like, oh my God, this is such a enclosed book, but I loved it still so much. Okay, now I'm nervous. What did you think?
I really liked it. This was sort of a reread for me because I did listen to the audiobook, I think when it first came out, but I didn't really take it in. I think I was still using audiobooks back then. But I don't know when I'm going to read it yet. So it'll probably
okay, you did just finish it, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished it 20 minutes ago. It will be I think a 4, maybe 4.5. Not
Okay.
quite a 5.
Yeah.
I think my main reason is I talk about this a lot, but books that tend to be 5-star books for me have to be unpredictable. And even though this wasn't extremely predictable, I think like the story at the beginning definitely told you how the ending of this book was going to go.
Yeah.
And I do need that kind of element of surprise for me to give a book 5 stars. So I still really loved it. I loved the characters and how wintry it was and cozy, and it was really magical. But yeah.
Hi, kitty. Hi, baby.
Riley, what did you think?
So I gave it a 4.5 with the thing that it could be a 5-star once I reread it, like after I read the whole trilogy. But for now, it's 4.5. I loved it. Like the vibes, the aesthetic. I listened to it on audio, and I thought the audiobook was really good too, because it felt like I was being like I felt like I was in a blanket, like having my grandma like tell me this story.
Yeah.
And it really reminded me of Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, which is like one of my favorite books.
I haven't read that. I always thought, okay, I'm gonna sound so, oh my god, look at the cat!
He's trying to steal the show.
Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Oh, I always thought is that not second in a series? Because people always talk about it as if it's really.
No,
I always thought it was the second in a series.
No, Uprooted is the other book that she wrote, and they're kind of I don't really know that they're connected actually, but they're supposed to be in the same world, but they're totally different.
Oh, I always thought Uprooted was the first one. Wow, I'm so dumb. Okay. But I agree with what you said about the audiobook. Like I hadn't read it that way before, and like it did feel like someone was telling you your favorite story.
Yeah.
It was so nice. By the way, everyone watching, if you've read it, put your rating in the comments as well so you can see. Tasman, what did you think of it?
Well, I hated it. I thought it was absolute garbage, and I don't want to carry. It's one of my favorite books of the year. I gave it 5 stars right from the beginning. I was like, if it keeps going as well as it's going now, I knew right from like chapter 2 that I was going to give it 5 stars. There was one point where maybe about 2/3 of the way through where I felt like it dipped a little bit. And I thought if it kept dipping, then it might be a 4 stars, but then it went right back up. So it just like saved itself. I'm really excited, having spoken to Megan about it, about where it's going to go, because like you mentioned, it becomes so much more expansive, the world and stuff, because the magic, like we're just kind of learning about everything at the same amount of time that Vasya, like the little girl, is, and I'm just so excited to discover everything else that she finds out in her lifetime. But it definitely, the whole thing feels like a fairy tale. It's inspired by, I can't remember if you mentioned, by like Russian folklore, and it feels not like a retelling. It genuinely feels like you're straight up reading some original manuscript or something. It's written so beautifully.
Yeah. Wow, you summed that up so well, Tasman. Okay, everyone in the comments is like, I think almost everyone is a, hang on, how do I flip between these? Oh, I can't do it like I thought I could. Anyway, ignore me. But everyone seems to be like a 4 or 5 almost, right?
Yeah.
That fills me with such joy. I hope no one's feeling like they have to give it a good rating just because I love it.
I haven't heard any bad things about it from anyone that I've heard like on social media.
No.
Like, anybody.
Same. Like I was looking through my Goodreads just to see like what people rated it, and like all of my friends were 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
Yeah. It's such like it's just such a good book. Anyway, we can talk all about it. I'm so excited. Okay, so I thought maybe we could do a quick fire round. I've only thought of like 5 things, so it's not really going to be a very long quick fire round. Oh my god, someone gave it 2 stars. That's okay. Everyone, I'd love to hear why. I'd love to hear why you gave it 2 stars. Someone gave it 3 stars. The first half felt a bit too much like a historical novel, less fantastic, but I definitely want to continue the series. Yeah, I can see that, because it doesn't, the magic doesn't necessarily start until maybe part 2.
I think also what you're expecting going into it would impact your experience of this. I went in knowing it was a historical novel with some magic in, whereas I think if you're going and thinking it's a full-blown fantasy, then you'd just like have different expectations, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. So where should we? Let's start with Nicole and go Nicole, Tasman, Riley, me.
Wait,
On each of the-
what are we doing?
I'm just gonna read you out things.
Okay.
And we're just quickly gonna say, and people can respond in the comments, but we're just gonna answer the question.
Okay.
And then listen, I'm not very good at preparing for these lives because I don't like being organized for lives. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't like it. But you kind of
organized for every life.
I've never been this organized for a life, and I hate it. Like I hate having set like prepared questions. So once we get into the live, people can put just things they want us to talk about in the chat, and we'll like I'll just choose that because I don't actually like preparing questions. I feel too formal. I feel like, hi guys. So what do you know what I mean?
Today's lecture.
Okay. Favorite character, Nicole.
Probably Vasquez.
Vasquez.
Oh god, I really like oh god, because I listened to the audiobook, I've sort of forgotten some of their names because I haven't seen it written down. The brother that's closest in age to her, like Alexei, but then they also have Nick Anushka. I think it's
I'm really bad at pronouncing it. Alosha.
Alucia. And that's it, and
him.
And also Morozko, I really thought was very cool as well. Terrifying, but awesome, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god. I love him. Okay, carry on. Riley.
Yeah, coming as no surprise to anyone, my favorite character was Morozko. The demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't want to spoil anything about him, obviously, like because I've read it all. I can't spoil it, but like that's what I'm gonna say. I would say my favorite character, it's either I'm so bad at pronouncing names, Alosha, or Vasya. I would say Alosha. I feel like that's it.
Alosha.
I feel like I looked it up for my vlog and I like got it right.
I'm
and then
gonna get the audiobook up and I'm gonna get them to say something.
Okay. Okay, favorite part of the book or scene or just like general part of it. Nicole, I'm sorry, you're always first.
I marked it. There was a bit where Vasquez turned around
organized.
and said something to is it Anna or Anya?
I think it's Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember exactly what happened, but it was like a moment where she was told to do something.
Oh yeah, is it where she goes? She points the spirit in the oven out to Anna.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
That was a good one.
Oh, I messaged
that bit.
you
I really
straight
like
away.
that.
Oh, so incredible.
Tasman, what was your favorite bit?
There were quite a few moments that I was like, that's badass, is in like plot points that I thought were really cool. But
yeah,
my favorite section might be how do I when I don't know if that's really a spoiler, something towards the end,
we're trying to be non-spoilery,
but
not that
the thing before that thing where she goes to that place in the field. Do you know what I mean? If you've read it, it's like the field that isn't a field, you know? Those few chapters felt like you're in a dream, but then you're also terrified and you're also having the time of your life.
Yeah, that is a good bit.
That was coherent.
I think if people read it, they know the bit you're talking about, so that's okay. Riley, what was your favorite bit?
I really liked the first time that she ran away into the forest and like got lost.
Yeah, that is a really cool bit. I don't know what my favorite bit would be. So I'm sorry I asked you that question because I can't think of anything now. I really like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but I like the parts when her dad's trying to marry her off and she's like,
nah, bitch.
Nah. Next one is favorite spirit. Nicole. It's hard.
It's really hard.
Mine is probably Oh, sorry, you go. I was just fitting
the one by the oven.
Is that the Domovoy?
Yeah.
Is that the name?
Domovoy.
Domovoy upstairs.
Yeah. No, that's a Domovoy.
Yeah.
Tasman, what about you?
Would you count the horse whose name is Nightingale as a spirit or just as a magical horse? Because
I think it's just a magical horse. I don't know. I think
well, I really like Vasia's scenes with I can't remember the name of the spirit, but the lake one.
Yeah.
The water
She's
one.
cool.
Like their relationship is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a cool one. Bryony, what about you?
I think the Domovoy was my favorite.
Yeah. My favorite's probably the stable one. I really liked the stable one. I thought he was really cute. What's next?
The Domovoy,
Oh, sorry.
I always pictured him as is it Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle?
Yes, that's what I pictured too.
I haven't seen that. I want to Google it. Hang on.
Very cute.
How do I spell it?
Adorable. Calcifer.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, really? That's how you pictured it?
But only when he was in the oven, like when he was like being a little flame, that's how I pictured him. And then when he came out of the oven, he obviously became like Gollum or something. But I pictured him being really, really cute and then just like getting angry.
Oh my god, I wish I imagined him like that. I just imagined like a wrinkly old man.
Have you guys seen or read the Spiderwick Chronicles books?
Mm-hmm.
Because do you know,
haven't.
I think I discovered about this like famous old creature through them, but how a brownie turns into a boggart when it's angry. I always felt, for me, like I pictured the Domovoy like that. So when it's happy, it's little Calcifer. And then when it's angry, it becomes a Gollum. But then, like, when you need to calm it down and like give it honey, and then it becomes a little brownie again. Sorry if you don't get any of those references.
That's cute though. That's so cute. I wish I imagined it like that. I just imagine these like wrinkly things like crawling out of like that's what I imagine them like. Favorite place in the book. I know there's not a lot, it's basically in one place, but favorite place. It doesn't matter if we all say the same thing.
I think just the house.
Yeah, I like the house. I like the woods probably the
most. A different location. Oh
yeah. I think the woods were my favorite.
Yeah, the field that's not a field. That's my favorite.
The field that's not a field.
Actually, the house that she visits, that's not hers.
I think that's what what I thought Tasman means. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
We're just trying to be spoilery.
Because when I
code and I can't follow.
When I listened to the audiobook, and so when I got to that chapter where she goes to the house that isn't her house, that's a field that isn't a field, I had to go back to the beginning of the chapter again, because the way that it's written, like I mentioned before, like you're learning things as Vasia is learning things. So when she's confused and doesn't understand where she is, you also have absolutely no idea. And so I think field, house, that person's house. There's a horse who's also a nightingale, and it's just a good time. It makes sense if you read the book.
And least favorite character. I thought that might be a hard one.
Can I give my least favorite that I love?
Yeah.
Anna and also Constantine.
I
hate them so much, but also fucking love them. Like, as I was reading it, I couldn't tell, like, if there was a film, I couldn't tell if I would want to play Vasia or Anna more. And honestly, I think I would want to play Anna because she's just such a psycho bitch. Like, she's a fucking nutcase. And I love her. She's hideous and I adore her.
Yeah, I love a good unhinged character.
Yeah, same. I think she's such, I mean, we can talk about this later, but I think she's such like a cool villain, you know, because she's like, you kind of know why she's like the way she is, and like, because the way you're introduced to her, you want to feel bad for her, but then as the book goes on, you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, nah. So I think she's a really Yeah, what you
I
say?
heard something with I can't remember which author, but someone the other day said something that I agreed with, and it was along the lines of the best villains are always the one that you understand why they became a villain.
Yeah.
And I feel like with both Anna and Constantine, you can completely get how they got
Yeah.
to the point that they're at. And I'll try not to be spoilery about it, but as Constantine learns more about himself, I thought that was so well done. It was just so well written, and then how he kind of tries to figure things out. I just thought that was excellent. Because like we know people like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry to keep on referring to other things. Do you know Carrie Hope Fletcher?
Yes.
YouTuber, actress. She said that the reason why she loves / hates Gaston from Beauty and the Beast so much is because we all know people like that. The reason why we all are so disgusted by him is because everybody has a Gaston from their past. And I felt that with Constantine as well.
Yeah, it was really interesting, like reading it back again. Like, I think I viewed their relation, like him and Vasia's relationship, and like his attitudes towards her in a different way than I did before. Like, again, I feel like we want to get into spoilers, but I don't I don't know when we should switch. But like, yeah, I feel like I just read it in a completely different way than I did before, and it was really interesting. Should we get into spoilers? Like, I feel like we've talked for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like we keep
now.
to. Sorry everyone who hasn't read it. Okay, so if anyone wants
we
to
doing spoilers now.
yeah, let's just do it.
Okay.
I feel like we keep wanting to. Like, we keep going, oh no, like, I feel like let's just do it. You know what I mean? If there's anything anyone wants to talk about, just put it in the chat and we can just talk about it. And if any of you see something you want to talk about, just like shout at me and I'll bring it up. But my first question I wrote down, because I'd seen everyone speak about it in the Goodreads group, and it's something I hadn't thought about much in the first time I read it, was like, what did you think of Anna? And I know we've already started speaking about it, so let's just carry on. But like, I kind of didn't think about her much when I first read it, and then it was like what everyone picked up on, everyone was talking about Anna, and I think let's just carry on talking about Anna, because I just think she's such a cool character, and I read her differently. Tasman, I feel like you should go first, because you're like Anna's number one fan.
Literally, I was literally just about to say I feel like I should go last because I'll talk about her for ages. Because she's very young at the time. She's only a little bit older than Vasia at the beginning of the book, right? I feel like she's in her late teens or something. Like
she's the same age as the oldest son.
Oh, okay. So 18?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah,
I think
about
the oldest sister is 14 when she's married off. And I think Anna is she's only a few years older than Vasia. And with especially like rereading books now that I read when I was younger, and when you kind of put into context their age, it's like, oh my god, she's just a terrified child that's been forced to marry a man who's old enough to be her father. She's being shunned away somewhere she doesn't want to go, and especially at the beginning, how she was like, if I go to the convent, I'm safe. And then the only thing that's keeping her sane is just taken away from her, and there's nothing she can do about it. I feel like what we were saying, that it just makes everything make so much sense. Totally don't agree with how she went about it. It's like, what was the phrase? Love the concept, hate the execution. And as she kind of derails, the first time she hits Vasia, does she only hit Vasia once or twice? Vasia gets hit a good few times by different adults in the book, but that was powerful, and how people that are fucked up themselves try to take power away from other people. And I think the fact that she saw Vasia as being so strong-willed, she was like, if I can't be like that, you can't be like that. And so her desperately trying, like any sort of bully, desperately trying to claw herself into some form of superiority when she has nothing at all.
That was very good summation, Tasman. What did you guys think, Nicole and Riley? Yeah, I thought she was so cool.
Yeah, I really liked her. I feel like my favorite type of villains are the one where if like we read this from her point of view, we would totally be on her side.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
I love how I feel like one of you said this at the beginning, like we all felt bad for her, like, oh, this sucks. And then once she got there, we're like, no, sis.
You suck.
That's not okay. But that's just like a really interesting way to show a character.
Yeah. Nicole, what do you think?
I think there was a really interesting contrast between Anna and Vaskia, because they can both see the spirits and like interact with them, but they do it in completely different ways. I just thought that was such an interesting dynamic, and I think that was sort of why, I don't know, Anya didn't like Vaskia. Like, I think there was other reasons, but I think that created something there.
Yeah, and I guess like thinking about like Anna, like no one's there to like, she hasn't got anyone in her corner. Do you know what I mean? Like she's like in like, even like her husband, they're not really close in that way. Like he's not someone that she can confide in. So like you're struggling with this already, and then you have to like marry this man and like be in a situation you don't want to be in, and you haven't got anyone telling you like you're acting in the wrong way, or do you know what I mean, or like you're doing the wrong thing. Like she didn't have anyone to steer her off the path of just being mean to Vasya. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was one point in like one particular sentence that really stood out for me. Sentence, parrot, whatever. But how after Anna and Piotra, Dad,
just call him the dad.
married for like ages. There was one bit where she said, and for the first time in the whole how many years they've been together, she was the one that went to him at night. And I think by that point, their little girl was like 8 or something, and like to have felt that isolated and alone for 8 years, that's the first time that you go to your husband just for some form of physical comfort. And by that point, she'd become a bitch. So that really, I think, puts in like she's being horrible. Oh shit, she still needs comfort and support sometimes.
Yeah.
And I loved Vasya and the brother Anushka's relationship with the little sister as well, because even though she's a half sibling, like I don't have any half siblings, but from people that I've heard that do, like they don't see them as half siblings, like they're your brothers and sisters, right? And I feel like even though the stepmom was horrible, like that didn't matter, they were in it together, and I thought that was beautifully done. The whole thing was beautifully done.
Oh, that's interesting about how like in Moscow the spirits weren't talked about or worshipped, so she didn't know what they were, and then the demons with Vasya grew up knowing them. So yeah, I suppose like Vasya, like it was a normalized part of culture, whereas for Anna it was like she just thought she was insane.
But when Vasya saw them, she never talked about them with anyone else. She grew up thinking that they were fairy tales, and while she knew that she could see them, she also knew that other people couldn't, or at least that no one had spoken about it. So I get that maybe but also no, Anna would, because it's like the old religion. Christianity had come into Moscow, so they'd shunned the old religion, and I feel like it hadn't quite reached the rural areas that Vasya was at. But so I do think Anna would have known about the old stories and whatnot. Definitely,
she called
like
them
the
demons.
upbringing. Yeah, the upbringing definitely would have been different with her being like a royal person and having different expectations. But I feel like that's very much, personally, I got the impression that the difference between them was just in their personality and how they react to things. Like Vasya is willing to listen to people and try to understand from their perspective, whereas Anna is instantly defensive. And again, she probably, like we were saying about having support and whatnot, she almost definitely didn't have that growing up. Whereas Vasya did, so she kind of never had a reason to second guess herself.
Something I would be interested to know, because obviously it was a reread for me, so like I knew what was coming. And Nicole, you kind of touched on this, but was there anything that you were surprised by, or like any plot twist you didn't see coming? Because I think the first one is quite predictable in many ways, like you said, Nicole.
So the first story that is the introduction.
What did you see coming from the beginning? Because I didn't.
So you know how it starts off with the old nurse telling the story to the children, and how it's like about the Winter King. So I knew that, like, I thought it was kind of predictable that Anna died, or I thought it was going to be Anna or Irina. one of them.
I didn't see
And
that.
then,
at
see what I
all.
mean? Because that's all foreshadowing.
Wait, I never saw that. Oh my god, I never made that link between the story and
Yeah, it basically
my
told
God,
you the
of
whole story in the
course.
first chapter.
Oh my
Because
God.
Anna
Yeah, I
is
noticed that
the,
too.
Like,
Like,
ungrateful
because it's set
sister.
up, but I knew the story, so yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow, I'm
sure.
okay.
But yeah, I
was
thought
just
it was
about to be
gonna
like, I
be.
didn't see that coming.
I thought it was gonna be the sister, not Anna. So that did surprise me.
Yeah, same.
Oh my God,
But as
I
soon as
can't
it
believe-
said that they need someone who can see the spirits or demons, I knew it was going to be
Right.
Anna. Yeah.
Wow, you're so clever. I never made that link.
I love how you read this twice.
When I read, I just get taken along for the ride most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I never, when I read thrillers, I never theorize. Like I never really come up with theories. I'm just like, oh, cool, okay. You know, like I don't really think about what I'm reading. Okay, something I hope I don't want to say. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this because I don't want to spoil anything for later on. But like, let's talk about Morozko. Yeah, is that how he says? I'm really bad at pronunciation.
Yeah.
Morozko. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about him. How do you
Sexually attracted. That is how I am.
I was like, when I finished the book, I spent all night looking up fan art just to like see drawings of him.
When you see fan art, it's like, oh
I'm
my
gonna do
god.
that now.
The fan art. Like when you look at him, you're just like, but like who? Okay, don't call me out, but that is me reading any book. Like genuinely, like I just get taken along for the ride. Okay, so like I don't know how to phrase this without like, okay, how do you view him? Like
I'm picturing him played by Ben Barnes now.
Yeah.
oh my god, he'd be
Ben Barnes in everything, please. Honestly.
yeah, just Ben Barnes in every book adaptation.
More Ben Barnes.
Where do you think he's gonna go? Essentially, is what I'm asking. Like, where do you think? We'll talk more about predictions for the next book afterwards. But like, where do you see him in relation to Vassia's story? Is what I'm asking. Because I had a very different view of him when I first read it to where he ends up. Like his. So I'm just intrigued what you guys think.
I got very confused between him and his brother, the one who also
Okay.
Medved.
Medved.
That one, the other M. And so when they were kind of finally differentiated in my head, but we also knew that they were sort of because Morozko is literally death. So I was like, oh, he's got to be evil, he's got to be bad. But then, I know so we'll talk about predictions later, but I feel like the way that he was written and Vassia, even though she's 14 at the end of the book, of book 1, I feel like it's built up so that there's going to be something romantic going on between them. Megan's just like...
Interesting.
I honestly feel like... Oh.
You go. Oh,
I
I'm going to
honestly
spoil
feel
stuff.
like he's going to be the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
Because... Like, I feel like you kind of need to introduce the main villain in the first book, and there's no one else.
Ooh. Maybe Vassia's going to go bad. Oh my god, they're going to kill everybody.
If that
Right
happened,
fanfic.
this whole series would get 5 stars. I love that.
I'm like not showing anything.
But yeah, I definitely feel like he is going to be the main villain. Because in this book, I feel like we were supposed to feel like, oh, he's good. His brother's the bad one. He's good. He's helping. But he's like a little mysterious.
Yeah.
And what I found with each character that was introduced, like with Anna, like with Constantine, we're introduced into in a way where we like them or we sympathize with them, and then we see their true colors. And I feel like this happened with him as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if
No,
the brother's gonna come back at all.
Oh, Sasha. Which one? Or Alosha? Which one?
Oh,
I think
Alosha is the
Sasha's
one that
gonna
I
come
was saying
back.
is one of my favorite. Wait, what? No, I'm sorry. I meant the brother, the evil brother, something.
Oh, I thought you meant Vashti's brother. Sorry, Medved. Okay.
Oh.
Medved.
I
Yeah,
just
I
got-
wonder if he's. What, did you get super excited?
No, I got excited. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but like Sasha is in the next book a lot, and I love him. I love Sasha because I forgot Sasha's one of my favorite characters, and I forgot that he's barely in this. Like he just leaves. It's just like, yeet, I'm gonna become a monk. See ya. You know.
I really like how when he's touched on towards the end of book 1, I say that as though I've read them all. I definitely haven't. Because Piotr at the beginning is like, don't do this, you're gonna become a basic boring bitch. But he's proven that through like the messages they hear from Moscow, that even though he did go and like become a monk, he's still a badass, and he's still like, he almost like kind of took the religion to empower himself even more so that he could go and help other people. And he's still, even though he's a monk, he's still fighting against oppression and stuff instead of becoming the oppressor. What a legend.
Yeah, he's become really close to like the Grand Prince, I think. We're gonna learn. It does say that in this book, but like we're gonna. Oh, I'm so excited for the next book. The next book's my favorite.
I got confused with the like family tree of the Moscow people. So because there's quite a lot of like intergenerational things, and then so like Anna's family and good father and grandfather and uncle married the sister, and I just no.
I never really learned that. I don't think you really need to. You just kind of got to know that what's her name? Is it Olga?
Marina, her mum. Oh,
Marina. Yeah.
Olga's the sister.
The mum's
right.
Yeah,
yes.
And then Marina's the mum.
Yeah.
And then Anna's is Marina's niece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anna is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And Olga's married to
some prince.
Some prince, yeah. Some prince.
So wait, Vasya and Anna are technically cousins?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a bit complicated.
Wasn't a big deal back then.
Nah. Well, I don't think that they're
incest. It's because the dad's not related.
Yeah.
It's on the mum's side. Yeah. It's too close to home.
It is still a bit icky.
It's not incest, but it's a little sus.
Yeah, a little sus. Okay. Oh my god, I'm just getting so excited thinking about the next book. Like, the next book's my favorite. Like, it's so good. I'm just okay. I need to calm down. What else should we talk about? Is there anything anyone wants to talk about in particular? I don't really. I'll talk about anything. I'm trying to. Okay, let me think. Seriously. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Like, I thought something that the book does really well is like blurring the lines between what's real and what's like fiction, or like what's like maybe in Vasya's head. Or did you think of everything as being real, or did you think of some things as being perhaps more fantastical even to Vasya? I think is what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna let someone else talk for once.
Sorry, is that too hard?
Sorry.
I don't really know if I'm making any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but like, I think what's interesting is like when only Vasya can see something, you're like, okay, is it real, or did you just like accept that it was real? Do you know what I mean?
It was real.
Yeah, I think I accepted it was real.
Yeah.
The only time where I think, because like I was saying, we're learning as Vasya's going. Everything that Vasya knew and believed, I also believed to be true. And so the only time where I was like, hang on, what's going on, is when she goes to the field that isn't a field, that's a house.
Yeah, I was going to say.
House. That, I was like, because Moscow feels like a whole other level of magic in comparison to like the house spirits and stuff. So I feel like that was the only point where I was half expecting Vasya to just wake up and it was all a dream. But with like the domovoy and everything, I was like, oh yeah, they're legit. They're always there.
Hey! Because like,
really
I think
liked...
Oh, sorry.
One little thing about how when I think it's the domovoy is like gonna die and Vasya feeds him her own blood from her finger like I felt like that was so, because obviously Vasya is willing to die for them, for everybody there, but that even though she isn't dying, she's physically giving her life to save this magical creature. I thought that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
think
how I
that
describe everything.
it's so beautiful. That's how I describe it. I'm like, it's so beautiful. I think that yeah, the only time I doubt it is when she's with Morozko and you're like, is he just showing her what he wants her to see? Do you know what I mean? Like, is he just, because he has, well, we don't know what his powers are, but like, is he, I like vaguely remember, but like, is he showing her a version of reality that like isn't necessarily true? Because you're like, well, how this house isn't a house in a field, like, is this just something he's constructed? Do you know what I mean? Like,
and the tree. The tree that Medved is chained to is only there when they want the humans to see it. Anything related to the two brothers beginning with M, it felt like it was they were very much in control. But then the other, like the household spirits, I felt like almost as though they were just like woodland creatures that would get shy sometimes and hide from everybody else. Like a bit Snow Whitey.
Do you guys think you got anything you think, or do you want me to move on? Because that was a hard question. I feel like I've stumped.
The dad, because when he saw the brother with the one eye, he saw him as a bear, right? He didn't see him as a human form, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So
was it Morozko that gave the pendant to the father, or was it Medved?
I think it's Morozko.
Yeah.
See, what did you guys think of that? Because I was, of course, I forgot about that. I was expecting especially with the whole thing about the nanny being like, I'm not going to give it to her, I'm going to refuse to give it to her. I felt like there was no explanation as to what the fuck this gem pendant was by the end of the book. Like, it sort of brought her and Morozko together, but it's built up and built up and built up, and I'm not going to give it to her until she's an adult. I'm going to give it to her in the summer because she'll be stronger by then. And then she gets it, and, like, literally nothing changes.
I'm guessing it's going to be book 2.
Yeah, I think it's, like, giving her... Okay, I've got to really think about my words. I think it's giving her... Oh, Siri just turned on. Go away. I think it mutes everything when he turns up. I'm like, go away, Siri. Oh no, he's gonna turn up again. No. Okay. I think it's giving her like the power to do what he wants her to do, in a way, like opening up. Yeah, because like I think. Yeah, I think Danya doesn't want to give it to her because she doesn't want Vasya to start that process of like doing the shit she's going to end up doing in books 2 and 3. Does that make sense? And so like Danya's trying to prolong that because she's like, she's still a child. She shouldn't be doing that stuff. Yes, I think that's okay. I think I'm trying so hard not to. But yeah.
Can I say something else before I forget that I really liked? Yeah. Just talking about Danya, I really loved the basically the zombie creature. We
haven't spoken about that.
I thought that was insane because the first time it's the like servant girl that comes back as the zombie thing, and then the spirit goes into Danya, and when because again with just how kind of poetically the writing is, I didn't realize it was Danya. I thought it was just another random, and then when she started to describe her body or whatever, like some physical attribute or whatever, and then she actually shouted out her name, I was like, oh fuck, like that's a person. It took me like a page to realize. And then when I kind of put to, like, she has to try and kill somebody that looks like the woman that raised her. That was like a mindfuck moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys think of like the whole vamp zombies? When I read it, I was like, oh my god, me and Riley just keep reading things with like vampires in it because like we just read I was like, oh no, there's more. What did you guys think of that part?
I was a little confused because I thought the good brother, what's his name?
Morozko.
literally
Morosco.
death.
Yeah, so shouldn't he be the one in charge of said creature, not the brother? So I'm like, is he trying to pull some strings? And I don't know.
I'm like watching
I don't
Megan's face.
Yeah.
Do you want me to be honest? I don't. I'm just saying I don't remember. Like I don't. Like
I'm leaving.
I think it is Morozko who's. Oh, I don't know.
But
That's the one
first
thing I
time-
don't know. Like I just
First time
don't.
Morosco and Vassia meet is when, because both of the M brothers are there at her house, and they're both trying to like taunt her out. And I get that they're both trying to claim Vassia for like their own team, but in doing that, like Morosco hurts her physically. Does she get caught or something? And even though he wants Vassia, he's not being delicate at all. So they are both always after their own gain.
Yeah.
Which is why even when she wakes up in the field that isn't a field, that's a house that isn't a house, I was like, I still had no idea where it was going. Like, is she going to be held captive, or are they going to become lovers? I'm still not really sure on that. Jury's out. You're right there, Riley.
I feel like he needs her for something.
Yeah.
Something I would really like to learn more about is the Vaskia's grandmother, because you know how when the mum was pregnant, she was like, she's got my mum's ability, she's going to be really strong. Next face. What is that?
Riley, have you read them? You haven't read the second two,
No.
have you?
I started the second one. I'm only like 20 pages in.
I don't know where it's gone. Megan, how long ago did you read them?
Last summer. Yeah, last
Okay.
summer. So not that long ago. I'm just bad at remembering. Was it last summer? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was. But like that was before I read it before I started my channel, and like I've just read so much since then that like I don't know. I think it was like a different kind of reading. Do you know what I mean? Where like I was just reading something and not thinking much about it, whereas I thought more about it this time. Oh my god. Okay. I'm excited for the next books. I'm not going to say anything.
I just saw someone's comment. The one, I'm guessing Vassia's grandma is the woman who survived the first tale in the first chapter. I like that idea.
Oh.
Megan?
Listen, I've just accepted. No, I'm not going to say that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. A lot of people are saying, yeah, I think Medved is chaos. Yeah, I think that's right. You guys are right. So I think he is in control of the dead because he can cause chaos with them. But like, I swear Morozko wanted something from Danya, or someone
said something about that.
But then
Well, he wanted Danya to give Vassia the pendant.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Danya didn't trust Morozko because of the pendant thing. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've forgotten a lot of parts of it. I don't know. I remember like some. Oh my god, I'm just so excited. Okay, I'm so excited for you to read the second one. Like it's just so good. If anyone has any questions or anything you want us to chat about, put it in the chat now, and we'll just quickly talk about the ending. Was it satisfying? Did you think the ending was satisfying or no? Anyone?
I really liked it.
I have to remind myself what the ending is. I have my book here. I kind of forget.
It's like
yeah. No, I liked it.
Yeah, I did like it.
I had to Google some of the characters' names at one point because, like I said, I was listening to the audiobook, and the fact that Anna and Piotr both. So I know my flatmate plans on reading it, so I was like, "Is she here?" I know that they both die because I read a spoiler, but I was expecting them, even though I saw that on fucking Wikipedia. Thank you. I was expecting it to happen in like book 2 or book 3, and then it went and happened in the end of book 1. And I remember I messaged Megan. I was like, "Oh damn, I just saw the spoiler." And then 2 hours later, I was like, "I can't believe that happened. She was like, you just told me, you knew it was gonna happen. The actual like final bit where she's like, no, I need to leave, and I'm gonna go off. That felt like, is it Arya at the end of, I think, season 5 of Game of Thrones, or maybe 4, where she goes off on the ship and she leaves Westeros behind her. Like, I felt like that's exactly what Vassia was doing on her horse.
Yeah. I know. I like how the ending, like, I think what this series does well is wrapping up the end of each book. So, because I feel like it's like a nice resolved, it's like a cliffhanger, like it's like a nice resolved ending, and it like gives, because something about this series is how much, oh my god, Siri, go away. Sorry.
Oh, because you series. Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I need to not say that word. I was gonna say it again. I need to not say that word. What was I gonna say? Yeah, each book expands. Like at the start of each book, it just gets so much bigger each time between each 3, and it feels really natural because each book has concluded in like a good way. But then it's like suddenly it gets bigger. Like right at the start of each book, I can't say anything, but there's something that makes it so much bigger, like straight away. So I liked how the ending was like resolved in a way, but like not final. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got the sense from like the final ending that it's gonna expand, and I like that because it was sort of open to more.
Yeah.
It's like it closed it off, but then also was preparing you for the rest of the series at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just a genius, Katherine Arden.
Oh my
How
god.
the fuck? Was this her debut book?
I think so, yeah. And she's just posted on Twitter like yesterday that she's finished her next book. Like she's just finished it. And I am so excited. Hang on, let me go on her Twitter because she did say what it's about. And I feel like I need to share that with you.
Do you know if it's about winternight at all? Is it in the same world, or is it completely separate?
I don't think so. I think it's like a complete different vibe. Well, she's got middle grade out as well. I've only read the first in that series. But it's like kind of like paranormal middle grade. It's really good. But I've only read the first. It's going to annoy me now. I do know what it is about, but I can't. Oh, it is historical fantasy, but it's not winternight, she says. Okay, I'm just going to give up looking. I know she did say more about it somewhere, but I'm really excited. I saw someone say, I need to read all the things, but someone said, what did we think about the dad? Because they didn't like him. I quite liked him. I
didn't like him.
Really? I quite liked him.
I don't think I even had an opinion of him.
The way he like never really liked Vaskia because like the mum died.
You feel like he didn't like her.
I feel like he did.
Well,
I
he did,
was
but he
like...
wasn't very. I feel like he wasn't affectionate towards her. Like most of the interactions we got with him and Vaskia was when like he was spanking her or something.
Good choice of word. I like that.
Wait, what's happening?
Megan?
Oh,
Megan?
hello?
Megan?
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I didn't realize you could hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone froze for me apart from Riley. So then when I said hello, Riley laughed and I was like, what is going on? Like, can everyone hear me? Or have we lost Tasman and Nicole? Like, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, sorry, carry on.
I
Who
felt
was
like
talking?
he had such a deep love for her. Like,
really?
I felt like he loved her and he would do anything for her, but that he was just overwhelmed by her like outgoingness and didn't know how to control her. I felt like he wanted to like mold her into a society person for her own benefit, but he also didn't want to have to kill her fire, and he was annoyed at society that she couldn't be the rascal that she was. Have you guys watched the new live action Mulan?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the dad and Mulan's relationship was similar to this one.
I can see that.
In Mulan, he's like, I love you and you're brilliant, but you need a knot if you want to live with other people. And I felt, he was just exasperated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he was a really good I don't know, I feel like the characters are so good in this because they have so many different elements to them. So like I think he really loved her. Like I think he loved her so much. I feel like he was probably in some ways closest to her out of a lot of his children. But at the same time I think he did blame her partly for her mum's death. And I think he did kind of not resent the fact that she wasn't like a normal girl, but like he was worried and he hated that for her, for like what it was going to mean for her. So I think he just had, when I read it, I think he just had like a lot of different, like just complex feelings towards her, you know?
And also
Yeah.
the fact that Marina was like, I choose this girl's life over my own.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the feeling that
Yeah.
even when he was like, for fuck's sake, I wish my wife was still here, he was like, no, but it was Marina's choice. She gained control of the situation and she gifted me this girl.
Yeah.
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 What made you think that, Nicole, that they like weren't close?
I just didn't think like there wasn't that many affectionate scenes towards them. I definitely think he loved her. I do think you guys are right about that. But then I'm trying to think like I guess he wasn't super warm to any of his children, and that might just be from the time.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a quote when Marina died that Marina chose his child over him, and I just didn't like him from that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was just like a man of his time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's like a product of his time, and so he's gonna have some like iffy thoughts, I guess, and like actions. But on the
Even
whole, I think I
Anushka.
liked him.
At the end, when Anushka is like, says to when he's trying to convince Vasya not to leave, and he says, but this is just the lot of women, and you have to deal with it. And then Vasya's like, nope, not me, bye.
Right.
Literally, I'm just gonna get on my magical pony. Even I feel like the men, Anushka was literally told, you can't come with me to this village because you need to look after the girls. And then the bit where he's the only man that's left in the house, and Vasya and Anna and Irina, they're all arguing and just fucking trying to kill each other or whatever. And he's just looking at all of the women going, for fuck's sake, why are they like this? Like, they do need a man to keep them in control. And it's like, obviously, that's so not right, but I completely understand why, you know?
Yeah.
That sentence, did that fall?
Yeah, no, it made
make a
sense.
thought?
Yeah. The guy that Vaskia was going to marry, he gave me the absolute creeps.
Oh yeah, I hated him.
Oh yeah.
He was so.
Oh my god. You can just
Even
imagine like how he
Constantine
walked
also
in.
gave me the creeps. Yeah.
Gaston
But
vibes.
that
Yeah.
there was some sort of line about him wanting Vaskia because he was going to break her like he would break a horse.
Oh yes.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I hate him. And like when he felt like all like annoyed because Vasya showed like how she was like better than him in every way, I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, ha! Yeah, we're all laughing at you.
And the bit, like, kind of going back to what Nicole said about the father, when, like, the way that she wrote that fucking sentence was so incredible. It was something like, and when blah, blah, blah broke off the engagement, that was the only time that Piotr ever hit Vasya. And it didn't go into anyone, that it didn't talk about, like, how much it hurt and the circumstance, like, where they were when he hit her. But just from the way that it was phrased, I feel like you could just see that he was just... the father was broken because he wanted this for the daughter, and she'd gone and fucked it up when he knew that she'd done the right thing. And hearing from Vasya's perspective in that bit was brilliant, because she knew that her nephew, would have died. She saved that little boy's life, and everyone's going, how dare you ride a horse without a saddle? Like, bitch, did you not? Are you kidding me? I'm 9 and I just saved some little bitch's life, and you're telling me that I'm not womanly and
Yeah. Oh, something you reminded me of as well was Father Constantine. When I read it the first time, I didn't pick up like his feelings for Vasya. I don't know why, but then when I read it this time,
creepy.
it is
I
so
got that
creepy,
from
He
isn't
was
it?
so
Beginning.
creepy.
the moment
It's really
that he
interesting.
sees Vasya, I wish I had a physical copy.
He's
I'm
like-
gonna get one at some point.
He just kept talking about like the temptation.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, gross.
The way that when he first sees her, he says how he could see that the oldest the Anna and Irina were beautiful, and that Irina would grow up to be a beautiful woman, and Vasya was ugly and skinny and looked like a frog, but he couldn't take her eyes off of her. Like, literally from that first instance, I was like, he's gonna be a pedophile and he's gonna fancy this child. Right there.
Yeah.
And also the fact that he's like a religious figure, and I felt like, are they Catholic, right? Are they
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Catholic.
Yeah.
some sort of Christian? I was like, of course it would be a fucking Catholic priest that becomes a pedophile, right? Like, no offense, that's kind of a given.
Yeah, I just that the one thing that makes me feel like is like all these old men like fancying Vasya, like the age gaps here, like, you know, like Morozko's got a thing there, and like, you are ancient, you are like old as time itself, this is a child. Like, it does make you feel like a bit like you know, like a bit like ugh.
But also at the time it was so normal, like, it's terrifying. I'm rewatching at the moment. Have you seen Rain? About Mary and Scott? And they were all like getting married when they're 12 years old to 40-year-old men, and it is in like our kind of society now, obviously it's fucking disgusting, and consent and stuff, but it was just so usual for the time how you'd marry your own.
I love that Vaskia just like doesn't give a shit about any of them. Like, she doesn't feel anything. And, like,
she only cares about her horses. That's it.
Yeah, I love it.
I've always been such a horse girl. Like, since I was a kid, I've rode horses, and so her relationship with, I'm gonna call it Nightingale because I don't remember what's the Russian name of the magical horse towards the end.
Solovey, right?
Yes, yes. I love their bond. And when Vasya is like, if I leave, will you come with me? And the horse is like, I will go to the ends of the earth with you.
Oh wait, I had just pulled up that line because it was so good. Let me find it.
It's literally the bond between a human and their like animal is just humans can't compare.
It said, "Will you bear me to the ends of the earth if the road will take us so far?" And then the horse says, "The world is wide and the road will take us anywhere."
Oh my god. Just wait for book 2. Like, just wait. Like, oh my god. I just
Does
love
she get
him.
the horse in the end? Wait, don't answer that.
Yeah, you know. Wait, you mean now? What do you mean?
1.
Like, you know that like they're together now, don't you? Like, her and the horse.
Not
they're like-
sexually.
Oh, because she
Nicole.
went to
No,
him.
no. I mean, like, they're like riding off together into the sunset now. That's what I meant. I didn't mean anything like. No, I didn't mean.
You know that Vasya and her horse are together now, right, guys?
I didn't mean that. Whoops.
I was gonna
Okay.
stop asking straight up questions.
I meant like temporally together, or like they're like traveling
I think
together.
what you meant.
Vasya's like, Morozko, Constantine, no thank you.
Correct.
Oh, okay. No, but like, you know that they're like, he's in the next book a lot, basically. Like, they're traveling together.
Going back to Constantine, I really liked
Yeah.
when because as he's realizing that he has feelings for Vasya, and he sort of, because then when he realizes the person that he thinks is God is actually like the devil, basically. What a fucking plot twist! Like, 'cause we obviously figured it out before him, and when he finally realizes, I was just like, "You're a dumb bitch." When Vasya comes back to him, telling him to leave, but that bit is sort of like from his perspective in a way. And he's like, she's come back for me. We can be together now that like we'll leave this place and we can be together. And he's just completely oblivious to the fact that he's ruined her life, that he's inadvertently killed everybody that she loves.
Yeah.
And to be able to see from his perspective, I think that choice of writing that scene from his perspective was very powerful, because if it had just been from Vassia's perspective, it's like we knew she was going to be a badass bitch, right? We knew she was going to go in there and be like, you can fuck off and never come back. But to see it from the side of the person that's sort of being rejected and heartbroken, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
And then Morosco just popping in like, I'm her new man.
Yeah. We're over an hour now, so let's just quickly talk about predictions. I want to hear your predictions for book 2. And I'm just gonna smile at everything because I can't give like a blank face. I'm just gonna like react as if you're right on everything. Yeah. Any theories?
I have no theories because we're leaving the place that we've been in all of book 1. I'm like, I have no idea where we could possibly go next, but I have a feeling we're gonna be introduced to so many more of these like spirits, like how we had like 3 or 4 or 5 spirits in the village in her house. I'm expecting by the end of it to have like a whole Pokédex.
I love a good. I'm gonna go play some Pokemon after this, so I like that reference.
Oh, were you really?
I am, yeah. That's my plans after this. I'm on my last gym.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks so much. Any other theories? Nicole, Riley, anyone? I'm just gonna keep drinking.
I definitely think
Constantine's gonna
her
pop up again.
brother and sister that left will show up.
Interesting. Yeah, someone said Constantine's gonna pop up again for sure. Interesting.
I'm excited to see how he dies. I think he's got to die, right? He's got to die, or plot twist, he'll take over the world or something.
More Sasha alluding to war at the end of this book. Interesting. I'm not saying anything.
How old is Vasquez at the end of this book?
I feel like she's 16.
16?
Like I think she's like 16.
Yeah.
I think
So,
by the end of book
an actual
3,
child.
she's like 18, 19, I think.
Okay.
Is that
Maybe.
it?
I could be
don't know why,
completely wrong.
I imagine the trilogy being like her whole life for some reason.
No, or I guess because in the first one you span so much time. Like you span from her birth to like 16, but like the next 2 are a lot more compacted. I could be wrong. Like she could be a little bit older by the end,
like-
but I don't. You were gonna say?
No, just that definitely in book 1, I feel like I thought she was about 14 the whole time. They did mention something about the age gaps, and like we could go back and figure it out, but I don't feel like she's any older than 16.
Yeah, I think she's about that. I don't really know. I don't know. Yeah, like
If you
16.
think about how you were when you were 16, like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. Can you imagine just like riding off? She's just like, bye, Ron. She's like, I'm gonna go. Like, I can't imagine that.
And also
But
all of the trauma that the girl goes through. I mean, the whole family, but being like the reason that her mother died, she's had that looming over her whole life. And then her evil stepmom dies, but then her father, the way that Piotr's death was written was incredible because it was very much a sacrifice for his daughter. I felt like a big, obviously, fuck J.K. Rowling, but I felt a parallel between Lily sacrificing herself to save Harry and Piotr's love saving Vassia in that scene. That was a big comparison in my head. But fuck, man, she's so strong.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Something
so excited.
I would like to see is more magic from her. Like if she can actually do magic. I don't know if she can, but I feel like it's been hinted at. Like I feel like there's definitely more to her abilities.
Yeah, because like in this,
and her grandmother. So that's what I would like to dive into.
yeah, because in this one, like, doesn't he? Oh, I hope I'm right. Doesn't he say to her like, she's like, "How do you do this magic?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not that hard. You have to imagine something is what it is." He does say that, right? Yeah, he does. He's like, you have to believe that it is what it is, even if it's not what it is when they're in the house.
Manifest it.
Man- can manifest anything.
Someone in the comments said that they'd be interested to find out why Anna and Vasya can see the spirits and nobody else. I want to know that too. Like,
Yeah.
is it just a luck of the draw, or?
Well, didn't her mother choose her or something?
I think her mother could feel that she was going to be like
Yeah.
that somehow. I just feel it. I don't think it's
My
ever...
first 3 kids were just like normies, but this one's going to be powerful.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read you out. I'm gonna read the synopsis to the second one because it's interesting what you said. Some of it is like revealed in the synopsis, so I'm gonna read it out. Okay. So
I
it's...
haven't even read this.
No. Okay. When Vasya encounters the Grand Prince of Moscow, she is dressed as a boy for safety's sake. This is a dangerous country with a court plagued by power struggles and bandits roaming the countryside. One of the prince's advisors, Sasha, recognizes the boy as his younger sister and must keep her secret. For Vasya has remarkable gifts and may be the only one who can save the city from threats both human and fantastical. Sasha's back! Oh my god, I'm so excited.
The feeling that I have
So do we
with
get
these
court
characters,
politics?
'cause
We do!
My favorite thing.
I know, that's why I'm so excited for you to read this one. Like, it's like basically set there, and it's so good. Look at this. Oh, we should like
warm feelings about these characters, as though like I grew up with Lyra from His Dark Materials and like Grimm's fairy tales and stuff, and when I almost feel like I'm reading a retelling of something that I grew up with, if that makes sense, purely because of the way that it's written. It feels nostalgic, even though I'd never experienced it before.
Yeah, it does. It feels like a story from your childhood, doesn't it?
Like, look.
Oh my god.
While we're doing sharing fan art, can I show you something? Oh no, where is it?
Oh, I know what you're getting.
You do, you know exactly what I'm getting. Oh my god, where are you?
I know straight away what she's getting.
So, I work for Fairy Loot and Hot Diggity Dang. Nicole and Riley, have you seen the artwork from the October box?
No.
Who is that?
He's Wrath. He's one of the 7 deadly sins. From so I feel I'm just like repping now, but this is then on the cover as well, so it's the same image, but he's wearing a suit, and so this is just.
What book is
Oh
this?
my god.
It's Kingdom of the Wicked.
Okay. Good to know.
So one of the girls I work with, she's like, I've called dibs. Wrath is mine. Thank you very much. And the author, Carrie Maniscalco, was sent this because it was made for the box. It was like, oh, by the way, this is what's going to be in the box. And she then lusted after a character that she had created because of this fan art. It's brilliant. No.
Someone's like, Riley, why did you put this on your TBR? And she's like, well, I don't know the plot, but I saw this fan art.
There's a lot of abs involved.
This is another version of him as well. Sorry, I haven't even read the fucking book, but I'm just like, look at this goddamn Prince of Darkness.
Iconic.
I am interested. I am very interested.
After I saw Megan's unboxing, she didn't include that piece of the art print, and I was like, did you get it? If you didn't get it, I can send it to you. And she was like, no, I did get it. I just forgot to include it. And I was like, what? How did you forget? You insert an extra clip. People need to see this.
I just didn't see it when I was unboxing everything. And then afterwards I saw it. but I didn't when I was
We can
filming.
Pretend that's Morosco or something. Just give him like flowing hair and then sort of.
Yeah, he just needs long hair, and like I don't feel like Morosco's got abs or like chiseled like that. I feel like Morosco's more like lanky,
Gangly. Yeah.
lanky strong, like lanky strong, like not like.
And then maybe
like Ben
Medved
Barnes is
the-
kind of lanky.
Yeah,
He's
Ben
not
Barnes, Ben
lanky.
Barnes.
Well,
We're
okay,
trying
he
to
is.
convince ourselves.
he's like a little.
Like
He's
like,
buff.
is he?
Is he buff
Yeah.
now? Because he didn't used to be buff.
He didn't used
no.
to be.
No, he is. But have you guys seen The Punisher?
No.
If you want to lust after Ben Barnes, watch The Punisher. It's on Netflix. It's an 18. He has sex scenes, guys. Everyone needs to go and watch this fucking show.
Wait, no, hang on. I'm looking at pictures of him now, and that he's not built. He's not that built anymore. No, he's built. Like I shouldn't. But he's like,
It's heartbreaking.
go on his Instagram and look at that video of him running into the sea. Like that's kind of like Morosco's build. I feel like.
Hang on, I'm just gonna.
Ben Barnes,
Barnes
we need to
topless.
get in
Come on,
contact with his agent.
My search history is now Ben Barnes shirtless, Ben Barnes buff, Ben Barnes abs.
Oh my god, yeah, of course, because his butt is famous from where? Oh, what's it called?
Westworld.
Westworld.
He was
That's the
naked in
one.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's not quite as chiseled as I remember. It's still beautiful though.
I think you like worked him up in your mind.
Yeah, he's got Channing Tatum's body in my head.
Oh dear. Okay, well, we've been going on. I was like, this is only gonna be an hour, and then we've already gone way over. So.
There was a still from the sex scene that just came up, and I was like,
Wait, Constantine fan art? Hold on.
oh my god,
Yeah,
look,
no,
Katherine
his-
Arden shared some. It looks incredible.
Yeah. Hang on, I want to look at it too. Everyone Google it now so we can all look together. Otherwise just gonna be silent.
No, guys. Sorry, the Ben Barnes sex scene from Punisher is on Pornhub. It's an explicit show, guys. Is Constantine with a K or a C? How do they spell it in there?
Okay. I'm trying to find the one.
There's no.
Yeah. I'm trying to find
Russian.
the one that Katherine Arden shared.
Is that a scene
Oh.
from the first book? Because it felt like it was very spoilery. Because
Oh.
I still can't figure out from that fan art. I can't figure out what it was.
I think it's in the second or third. Yeah.
I found one and he doesn't
this
look
is the
bad.
One that, this is the this has got Nicole's face, which I love, but also oh, this is going really, really well. This is the one that Katherine Arden shared on her social media.
Oh wait, what? I didn't see that one.
Here's another one that I found of, let's see,
Ooh.
Morozko and then Constantine.
Hello. I love the description of him having like long flowing blonde hair because you can absolutely see him being a full-on Ted Bundy, just being beautiful, seducing everyone, turning around, killing them.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, these guys.
Oh, this one of Morosco.
Oh.
Tattoo, please.
Oh my god, this is how. Oh, okay, no, ignore me. Sorry, everyone. Carry on.
Someone's Domovoy. Or not Domovoy, the other one.
That's like how I imagine them.
That was really cute.
Like these like fairy things.
He looks like Did you ever watch like Gremlins or whatever that one is? It's a really old. Yeah, it reminds me of that.
Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
No,
Yeah.
I want
It's-
to though.
I think it's on Netflix. I accidentally watched it when I was 9 years old because I thought it was Labyrinth with David Bowie, and then it was a horror movie about the Civil War. No, but I felt like the creatures and like the magic and stuff gave me the similar vibes of that.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh my god, I'm just looking at Morozco fan art. Oh my god, I can't. This is an experience. Oh, that's the one I saw of Constantine. Hang on. Should I share my screen?
Magical bee.
Yeah, show your screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, that's the one how do I get this bigger?
Uh-huh.
Sorry. That one. I can't go across. But like that's how I thought of Constantine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then look at like that one
Oh.
How rude.
and that one.
I've seen this one before. Oh,
What one?
it's like a full art print almost of there's Vasya and then Morosko and then Medved as the bear.
Wait, is it on my
Ooh.
Wait, should I take my
sorry,
screen off?
on my one.
Oh yeah, okay, hang on, let me
That
hide my
one.
thing. How do I I just got
Sorry,
rid of my thing.
that was unhelpful.
Yes.
This one.
That one,
That's beautiful.
I like that one a lot. Oh my god, we're all just sitting here looking at fan art.
Yeah, literally. The like imagination some people have for the creatures, like this is sort of what I was imagining for the water nymph creature, but like green. That
Yeah.
green. When she's trying to coax Constantine into the water, fucking incredible. Because I could almost feel Vasya going, maybe I should just let him die.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good. And then like he knows forever that like she could have just let him die. Like she could have just like, you know, it's like he's like in debt to her.
And then he's like, you shouldn't be here. And she's like, I just saved someone's life. Why are they so ungrateful?
Here's another one.
Let all the men die.
Constantine. He kind
my
of
God.
looks like Chris Hemsworth in this.
Yeah, I can
Someone-
kind of like with long hair.
Someone
I can kinda-
dreamcast Dan Stevens as
Yeah, yeah.
which I can see. Who would you dreamcast? It's hard with kids.
I'm terrible at this. I don't know anyone.
I'm bad at it as well. I mean, I feel like we
Yeah,
all need
ignore
to
that.
agree Ben Barnes is Morozko. Like I just like, there's no one else. But then like you're not going to do 2 fantasy book adaptations, so the dream is lost.
I disagree. I think we should start a petition for him to be in every single fantasy book adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing. Because like I feel like he fits the vibe of so many fantasy.
Like all the
men.
dark-haired, like
Yeah.
Bad boys.
yeah.
I feel like that's because did you all grow up with his version of Prince Caspian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that is why he is in our heads solidified as a beautiful medieval prince with long hair. It's because that was our first kind of encounter with him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Stunning perfection. Yes.
Actually,
Who would you-
picture Hayley Steinfeld as Vaskia?
Yes, I can see that. I can totally see that.
Mm.
Obviously,
Who would you
young,
put
but-
as? Yeah. Who would you put as Anna? Anna's like a
Me.
really interesting one. Yeah. I'll start that petition. You start the Ben Barnes petition, and I'll start that
Nice.
petition. Hang on, I just want to sort out. Okay.
I can sort of picture her as you know, in The Crown, the girl that's playing Diana. She's got one of those
Yeah.
chameleon faces that can just absolutely transform. I feel like she'll do a good
Oh.
job with Anna.
Yeah, she would look so good as like a Russian, like.
Just
oh
a
my god,
Russian.
she would, just a Russian.
She'd be a good Russian.
A good Russian. But like I feel like kind of her fate, like she would look really good, like because I feel like they'd all have to look quite like dulled down because they're like in the winter all the time. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like she
She'd
could
be
do
a
that
good
so well.
malnutritioned peasant person. She'd pull that off really well.
Listen, I wasn't. But I think she'd be very good in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Ever
see that.
since Tasman, you mentioned Arya, I've been picturing that the whole time. I've been picturing Arya
Like
as
little one as
Vasya.
well.
Yeah.
I almost feel, is she mentioned as being quite tall at one point? Because she's like
I think
Yeah.
so.
She is, because Arena's really small.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. So I think we should wrap it up now because we've been going on for so. But But thank you for joining me in co-hosting this and joining me for this live. It's been so much fun. It's just so much fun for like me to talk about this book with people. And thank you to everyone who has joined us for the live and like been in the comments and stuff. So in December, we're gonna be reading The Girl in the Tower. I'm so excited. I'm like genuinely, I can't wait. Tasman, I hope you like send me all the messages that you sent me about the Nightingale again.
I absolutely will.
And
We
so
were
yeah,
doing
so wait, what were you gonna say?
Just that when we were doing a live reading at one point, me, Megan, and some other people, Emma and stuff, and I was listening to the audiobook of The Bear and the Nightingale, and I was texting Megan while we were on the live, just going, I remember going, the Domovoy, oh my god, look at the screen, and then we made eye contact, and I was just like, and everyone else is looking at their books.
Yeah, that was I love your messages so much. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be reading this. I haven't put the like sections on the Goodreads discussion yet. I'll do that tomorrow because like this one, the first one is split into like part 1, 2, and 3. I checked, this has got 4 parts and like they're all really short apart from part 3, so I think I'll just do like page count rather than parts because otherwise it'll be really unequal. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'm so excited. I want to read it right now, but I can't. I'm like reading it in like a couple weeks, so I'm very excited. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.